The latest news coming in on North Korea as a United Nations report has now found that North Korea may already be in possession of nuclear devices. The revelation comes a week after Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un claimed complete nuclear deterrence. A panel of independent experts tasked with monitoring sanctions on North Korea submitted a report to the UN Security Council. The report says that Pyongyang probably has miniaturized nuclear devices which can be fitted on ballistic missile warheads. The North's last 6 nuclear tests reportedly pushed the country's nuclear program into the next stage. Now, the UN report accuses North Korea of producing highly enriched uranium and constructing an experimental light water reactor. North Korea could also be looking to improve their nuclear devices by using penetration aid packages and multiple warhead systems. UN sanctions have been weighing down heavily on North Korea since 2006, but the country has pushed on with its nuclear ballistic program. Pyongyang's last nuclear test was in September 2017. Since then, Kim Jong-un has held denuclearization talks with US President Donald Trump. In May 2018, Pyongyang blew up the tunnels at its main nuclear test site as part of its commitments to the United States. But experts feel this was just a hogwash, as there is evidence that only the tunnel entrances were destroyed. The UN assessment is that Pyongyang could reinstall its nuclear infrastructure in just 3 months. The expert panel also found that North Korea has been violating sanctions through illicit maritime export of coal. The country has also pocketed close to $2 billion using cyber attacks to steal from banks and cryptocurrency exchanges. For more details, let's quickly go across to our correspondent Bruce Harrison, who's joining me live at this hour from Seoul. A very warm welcome to you, Bruce. Now, how significant are these miniaturized nuclear devices that have been extensively highlighted in the UN report, Bruce? Also, I'd like to know if there has been any sort of reaction coming in from the North just yet.
As far as reactions, I'll address that first. We haven't heard from the North specifically about any success in miniaturizing nuclear weapons recently. The latest we've heard from North Korea was Kim Jong-un last week through state media saying there'd be no longer a need for war on the Korean Peninsula because his country had achieved the success it was seeking with its nuclear weapons program. None of that can be independently verified because outside experts aren't allowed inside North Korea to oversee or view its nuclear weapons program. We haven't heard from South Korea as well about this report, and it's unclear exactly which UN member states authored this report regarding the miniaturization of these nuclear weapons. If it was in fact to be true, of course it would be significant. That's been one of the crucial steps for North Korea to boost its threat to the United States, in particular the mainland United States. If they can build a nuclear weapon small enough to fit into the nose cone of a ballistic missile and create one that is stable enough to go through the re-entry process, see the missile re-entering the atmosphere, survive that, and then actually detonate upon impact. But we simply don't know. Like I said, we can't independently verify these reports. We've heard from over a number of years from a number of experts as well that North Korea was on the cusp of this technology or had already achieved it. This is just another report suggesting the same.
Right, but you know what actually catches our attention at large about this report, Bruce, is the fact that it also talks about lucrative cyber attacks and mining of cryptocurrencies as the North's source of revenue generation. Will this part of the report now help authorities to crack down on the North's revenue generation for nuclear testing?
It's no secret that North Korea has been hacking different networks around the world for a number of years now to bring in
but the UN report has now highlighted this.
They've been correct. This report has specifically highlighted it. The timing, is it consequential? It's hard to say. Is it because they believe that the nuclear weapons program continues in full force, that they need to raise awareness to try and crack down on this supply of money flowing to North Korea that could possibly be used to continue developing nuclear weapons? That's unclear. It just happens to be in this report as well, also mentioning the fact that cryptocurrency is a source of income for the North Korean regime. I don't know if the two are connected specifically, but yes, both were highlighted in that report.
Right. Last but not the least, Bruce, is the UN report not a testimony to Donald Trump's failed efforts to North Korea's denuclearization plans?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that question, please?
Is the UN report not a testimony to Donald Trump's failed efforts for North Korea's denuclearization plans?
At this time, President Donald Trump really hasn't been focusing on North Korea lately, considering the domestic issues he's facing at home. But when it comes to the UN plan, hard to say exactly.
All right. Thank you so much, Bruce, for bringing us all those details. We'll keep coming back to you as and more developments take place.